But I really want to dive back into what you mentioned, which is lactose intolerance and lactase persistence. Can you kind of dive through what that maybe is and how to identify which one you sit in?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. So all of us are born with a lactase enzyme in our gut, like every mammal, not just humans. Every mammal is born, and that enzyme is specifically to help us digest the lactose in our mother's breast milk. So, like humans have it, so we can digest the sugar, one of the sugars, lactose in our mother's breast milk. So the body is extraordinarily efficient, smart and efficient. And so that specific enzyme is designed to turn off around the age of 4, 5, 6, depending on the culture where you are in the world, depending on the average length that people breastfeed. One could assume that the body is set up that way because we're not supposed to be breastfeeding past like childhood, right? So that's just an assumption that I've made, that's the reason. That's backed up by quite a bit of science. But so if you are Northern European, like I am, I'm like 99% Scottish. That part of the world has been milking cows the longest. They think about 6,000, 6,500 years. So because our body is so efficient and smart, if you keep feeding it something that it needs to eventually adapt to, you may have what's called a genetic mutation where that lactase enzyme stays on past infancy, past breastfeeding years. So most white Northern Europeans have genetically mutated, and that lactase enzyme stays on, which means we're digesting lactose from whatever source, whatever mammal we want to take it from. And so we don't feel bad. We don't feel, our stomachs don't hurt from having diarrhea. But most of the rest of the world have only been milking cows for 100 years, 200 years. I mean, in Asia, that's why 98% of Asian populations are lactose intolerant, because they don't have the genetic mutation, because they just started this horrible idea to milk cows, right? So if you talk to like somebody that's 35 years old from Japan, and they're here in the States now, they didn't even grow up on milk. Right. That's how new it is.
That's
to
crazy.
So many of the populations. So they don't have that genetic mutation. So the lactase enzyme just turned off. And so they are lactose intolerant, which really that's it. I don't think that is a fair term, because it sounds bad. It's like, that's bad. You're
That's
lactose
a genetic
intolerant.
like inferiority.
Right. It's totally completely normal. I'm the mutant with the genetic mutation that had to mutate over time to be able to now, right, that my body originally was not designed to do. It was designed to turn off because I'm done with breastfeeding. So it pisses me off that's the term that we use, right? Because really I'm lactase persistent, and that's just the facts, and that's what it is. And you're lactose normal. If your enzyme turns off at whatever age, 5, 6, 7. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it, because I think a lot of people who are lactose intolerant think like, oh, something's wrong with me.
Yes.
They have this weird thing like that.
Yeah, it sucks. That's the industry. That's the industry dollars at work.
Good marketing.
Yeah. When you feel like something's wrong with you or something's weird. And the sad part is, there's so many people that, they like believe that you need this breast milk from this very specific mammal, a cow, to thrive or to have strong bones or to, get whatever you think you're getting. And it's such a lie, and it's such a misnomer. And so they keep consuming it, all the while feeling terrible, and it's making them sick, and they think they need it because the industry told them they need it. No science told them they need it. The industry told them they need it.